It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day. And elephant in the room first, I am so sorry about the Chula Vista grand reveal. It's going to happen. You know that I got the flu? Well, guess what? So did Greg. So it just all went sideways. But it's done. We just haven't had time to get over there and actually shoot it. But we will, I promise. Hopefully tomorrow it will be up before you know it. But today we are up in Mission Viejo at Robin and John's, and I did a special little designer garden for John. Very, very specific. He commissioned me to do a little art for him, and I'm going to show that to you in a minute. But first, I wanted to share Robin's backyard because I think it is so incredibly inspirational. I mean, like, this is what I wanted to do in Bentley's toilet area with my trellis, but my trellis was cheap and it fell apart. This is a custom-made trellis, and they've got jasmine growing over the top of it. It's absolute perfection. Look at this little DG pathway. Just takes you on the path. Look at these adorable little round grasses. Robin has married traditional perennials as well as succulents. So I just thought that this is a really unique space that I think you will all be super inspired by. She's growing everything out here from succulents to roses to even food crops, plumerias, palms. This is a corner of the garden that's constantly under renovation, and she's starting to figure it out. And this is going to be more of a xeriscape part of the garden and more cactus and low water plants. They love to feed the birds, of which they have a plethora. And I mean, just look at the borrowed landscape, you guys. Isn't that view just stunning? And I cannot tell you how fabulous the breezes are too that just blow through here year round. But let's just walk on through all of the wonderful little beautifully staged pieces of art. The client, Robin's mom, was a rock hound, so she's got some of her beautiful rocks and boulders. And I know, I'm not alone. When we move, we take our rocks with us, don't we? And that's what's happened here. But look it, here we are in, mid-November, and try not to be too jealous, all you East Coast folks, but our roses are still in bloom. And they smell absolutely fantastic. Aw. Is that a foxglove, Robin?
It is a...
No, calendulum. No.
It is a
Caladium. A hollyhock. Yes, it is a...
volunteer.
Look at that flower. This is a volunteer. And if this isn't Mother Nature at her finest, this is really taking me back. Before succulents, BS, these were the plants that I worked with. All of the colorful flowers and annuals and seasonal things. Take a look at this rock, Greg. Woo! Beautiful. So here we have this beautiful brick path that she just had installed by a master mason not long ago. I am so impressed with the craftsmanship on this brick path. And then back over here is where she grows her food. She's got greens, fruit trees, sweet peas, a beautiful little arbor with pillows, just a little escape back there, Robin compost. I mean, every single square inch of this property is just so dialed in and so thoughtful. So if you find yourself with a really small backyard, Robin said that 4 years ago this was just dead grass. So I hope that this little tour has inspired all of you to consider what you might be able to accomplish in your gardens as well. We just came out off of summer. Aeoniums are summer dormant, so I recently gave all of you the green light to go ahead and behead your aeoniums. So Robin has beheaded her aeoniums. She's letting them harden off, and then she's going to do something fabulous with them. All right. Oh, goodness. Oh, and here is the commissioned cactus xeriscape terraced garden. This was a joy to install. These plants were curated from Desert Theater Nursery from Brandon Bullard. These plants are so special and so unique. Many of them, even Brandon wasn't sure of the exact parentage, but I wanted, because this was such a small garden, I wanted the plants to be really, really special. Greg just showed you the spines on that barrel. Look at this barrel, has red spines. So we have, dueling barrels. All the mammillarias. You'll have to check out this Pachypodium. Even Brandon didn't know what the parents were on this one. The spines are so different from the Lemerii or the Gayei that I have at home. And our rocks are jasper purple. Top dressing is Palm Springs Gold 3/8. We brought the Jasper Purple up from KRC in San Diego, but we got the Palm Springs 3/8 at Sepulveda here in Orange County. We can't get Palm Springs 3/8 in San Diego right now, and it is one of my favorite rocks to use. I also had a little bit of rubble left over from the Chula Vista job, so I threw that down as well. Remember, it's in the details, particularly in a xeriscape. We brought in a half a yard of soil. I created some undulations and some mounds. This took Greg and I, just, 4 or 5 hours, and that included a trip to the rock yard for the top dressing. So I've instructed the clients that they basically don't have to do anything with this except enjoy it for the months and years to come. It will not be watered except by rainfall and the occasional misting, just, in case it gets dusty. I also encouraged the client not to panic if the Lemerii drops its leaves in the wintertime. Remember, this one's sensitive to cold. So if your Lemerii drops its leaves, don't worry about it. They'll come back in the spring. So, thank you all so much for joining me today. Thank you for your patience in waiting for the grand reveal in Chula Vista. It turned out absolutely incredible. We're just thrilled with it. Greg and I are both feeling much better. Little Miss Hannah is on a cruise right now down to Mexico, so good for Hannah. And next week we will be in Pasadena, back at the mansion doing phase 4. So lots coming up. I look forward to sharing all of it with you. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day and little Mission Viejo xeriscape. You guys have a great time out in the garden, and we'll see you soon. Bye.